Personal finance expert and MeVest founder Lesley-Anne joining us on Canada Now. And Lesley-Anne, a recent article of yours in the Star discusses that feeling of needing to buy more for the holidays when you've already gotten everything on your list.
Like, what is that? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you go like it's this week, you're really happy, you're satisfied because you've taken care of your entire list, and then some niggling feeling inside you makes you think that you have forgotten something. So off you go back to the grocery store. You get a few extra bottles of wine, you get a few like backup gifts. I don't know if you've ever done that, where you just buy a few extra things, but they're not really assigned to a person for a particular reason. They're like just in case gifts. Wow. And it's at this very moment, right up until the 24th of December, that we go wild, like filling our cart again. This is likely anxiety and not real good planful decision making.
Yeah, and I have the liquor stash to prove your point, because every holiday season, I'm like, I'll just make one more trip to the liquor store. I'll buy a few things in case somebody drops by with a gift that I didn't expect to give a gift to. I'll be like, oh, hang on, I've got your gift. 1 second, and I grab a bottle and throw it in a bag, put a little tag on it. Here you go, right? While my wife is buying time at the front door. But I don't drink very much, and I have a lot of alcohol stashed away because it's built up over the years where I bought bottles of stuff and I'm like, I'm not going to drink it.
This will make you laugh. So like I get that, and it's with kids' toys for us right now, because we're right in that zone. Our kids are so young, and everybody that comes over seems to bring them something. So I am not joking. Like, I have gifts in the closet upstairs, just in case. The thing that's a little different about these gifts is that they are regiftable gifts.
Yes.
So what I did, the kids really don't need anything. And when they have their birthdays in the summertime, I just tucked a few of those away in the event that somebody, like one of our neighbors or one of the kids' friends, comes over with something. You know what? Someone is going to get a leapfrog toaster. It's coming your way. You want to show up at my door? I've got something for you. You're just going to need to give me 1.5 minutes to go and get it
exactly,
in a bag.
Yeah, exactly. And the smaller your kids are, the bigger the toys are, the bigger those gifts are. So they take up a lot of space. So isn't that a great feeling, though, when you've stashed away something your kid's not going to get around to using, and you've put like a little sticky note on it, and then when you regift it and you give it to somebody for the purpose of them enjoying it, like, it's not like I want to get rid of this thing in my house, but there is that side benefit of, I just got rid of something that was in my house that was taking up a lot of space. It's such a good feeling.
Oh yeah, I have a 2-foot tall dinosaur in the closet. It's got to go. Like, nobody needs a 2-foot dinosaur. Neither of my children need it. Somebody else might benefit. So I think, like, we know what this is. It's that pressure that we feel. It's the what if somebody shows up and you weren't totally planning to give them something. And we end up on this like frenzy at the last minute. It's very uncomfortable. It is not very fun because you're running around at the last minute. Now, if you're, planful like I am, and I have all these regifted things like in the closet ready to go, or in your case, you've got years of alcohol like backing up and ready to be giving it away, that is great. But what we want to try to do here is bring awareness to this pressure we're feeling. And I work from a place of positive money psychology, and I want to share that this pressure that you might be feeling is anxiety around, like, is this enough? Am I enough? Is this holiday season going to be enough?
Yeah.
And when you step back for just a moment and you ask those questions, like, what is this really about? And you can bring awareness to that anxiety that might be impacting you, you can actually do a switch. So, what I recommend if this is happening is you swap the car ride to the grocery store for the last minute thing that you don't even know what it is. You swap it for something healthy. So, something healthy could be that you take a walk, that you actually use the app on your phone that is the meditation app that you are paying for, that you have not cracked open for 20 days or whatever. You get back into there and you do things that actually put almost like a block on you moving forward. The other thing I'll share here is don't get in the car. Like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't put your rear in the seat. Go and take a walk, or call a friend. There are some physical blocks that we can do to kind of stop and pause that anxiety pressure we're feeling and replace it with something healthy, like even a smoothie. Here's what it
Yeah.
takes: 17 seconds of not doing the activity that you were about to do is enough to stop the anxiety to go and buy more.
Wow. That's
17
it?
seconds, that's
That's
it.
it. Oh my
Yes,
goodness. So stand there and count to 17 if you have to
absolutely. Oh,
get
I love
yourself out of
that.
that mode.
I should
Yeah.
add that.
Yeah. Just stand and count to 17. Well, you point out in the piece, this obviously helps financial holiday blunders. You list them that would be driven largely by anxiety, one of which is shopping when you are hungry or you are angry or you're not feeling well or just physically uncomfortable.
Like, seriously, if your pants are too tight, they have data that shows that you're going to overbuy. And
Really?
for real. Or if you're not feeling well, maybe you are feeling like you're having a low day. If you go out and shop on a low day or with uncomfortable clothes or when you're hungry, guess what? It is a recipe for you to overspend. So what happens there is, because you are physically or emotionally uncomfortable, you kind of take your eye off of the budget, the prize that gives us some governance, if you will, on how much we would very mindfully spend. And I think you've probably been there, and I certainly have, when you go to the grocery store and you are hungry, you like literally put extra things in the cart because you are hungry. Like,
Yeah.
you are looking at whether it's a can of soup or a sandwich that is prepared. So, like nice and easy, you can eat it in the car.
Yeah.
It is a recipe for overspending. So, what we want to do here is we want to literally ask ourselves before we're leaving the house, how am I feeling today? And am I comfortable physically and emotionally? And if
Yeah.
you're comfortable and you're feeling okay, you can very mindfully go and finish your shopping list. Operative word there: list.
List.
We
List.
need to have a list.
You are sticking to the list, therefore sticking to the budget. Another financial holiday blunder, looking the other way on the total costs.
Isn't this so funny? Like, I hear this from my students often. If they're feeling anxiety, they just don't look at the total checkout amount. It's like it's blurry, blurry in the vision, or we're moving too fast through the clicks and we don't stop to take a look. So what happens, I call this ostriching, where you put your head in the sand and you don't want to look. But you'll find that if this is happening to you at the holidays, it's probably actually happening to you all year round. And I'm going to give you the the case where you're like, I don't want to look at my online banking. I don't want to look at my online banking. I don't want to open. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
feeling Like if you open the online banking portal, something that you don't like is going to be staring back at you, a number that you don't like, or a purchase that maybe you shouldn't have made. Here's the deal is if you don't look, you will actually add to your anxiety. If you
Right.
look, you will be able to step back and say, ah, you know what? That's on track to my budget, or that is not on track to my budget. Or, you know what? I think I maybe need to do a return. Like I'm actually going to go and do a return today because I thought I was going to see somebody over the holidays. I'm not going to see them. So guess what? I am not stashing that extra
Good for
present
you.
for the next month. I'm going to go and return that and get that refund. So awareness is really key and honestly, if you don't look, you're never going to see what's going on. The other thing is people who look at their banking, people who look at what is happening in the checkout, they're more likely to use coupons, check for deals, do comparison shopping. These are very, very good money moves.
Yeah, especially at this time of year. And if we are to accomplish our financial goals in 2023, Lesley-Anne, it starts with this holiday season. I mean, we can't start January in the deficit.
No. And this is where, like, I have a love hate relationship with New Year's resolutions around money because I don't want people to make them just in January. I think our resolution should be like a continuous process. What we know about resolutions is don't wait. You can actually choose right now to have a mindful holiday season. You do not have to overspend. You do not have to be that last minute shopper running around trying to grab those extra, liqueurs for people's coffee. And
Yeah.
then you end up drinking them yourself. Like, this is not good for the waistline, not good for the health. But like, I think, the other piece here is what we know about financial anxiety is simply having hope and a plan for what is coming in 2023 is enough to quell the vast majority of the anxiety that you might be feeling. So, better times are ahead, my friends. If you're feeling
Yeah.
this way right now, trust it's coming.
And January is usually a time where it's a real downer because of the financial hole you might have dug yourself. Now's the time to avoid doing that. Check out mevest.ca, personal finance expert Mevest founder, Hank and Dot's mom, Lesley-Anne, Scorgy Lesley-Anne. A pleasure as always, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.